Have you ever wondered how fishermen pull giant groupers weighing hundreds of pounds from the bottom of the ocean? Not only are these fish huge, but they are also incredibly lucrative. Discover the secrets behind these incredibly sophisticated fishing methods in today's video. Every year, millions of tons of grouper are caught using just one method. But what makes this method so effective? Have you ever wondered how fishermen are able to catch giant groupers, reaching sizes of up to hundreds of kilograms? This is not a common way of fishing, but a sophisticated technique that only experienced fishermen can master.
Grouper, a marine fish known for its enormous size and delicious taste, is not only a favorite food for many people, but also an indispensable part of the global seafood industry. Grouper can weigh up to several hundred kilograms and lives mainly in deep sea areas where it is less disturbed. The industry supplies millions of tons of grouper each year to countries from Japan to the United States. But what makes this fish such an important target for seafood fishing? How can fishermen harvest such a valuable fish while facing so many challenges? But what makes grouper so special? It's not just the delicious taste of the fish, but the economic value it generates. Fishermen, from small-time fishermen to large seafood companies, are involved in a multi-billion-dollar industry. But fishing for this fish comes with a number of challenges, from finding grouper habitats to using modern, efficient fishing methods. In the aquaculture industry, grouper contributes significantly to providing food for millions of people around the world. Every year, millions of tons of grouper are caught and consumed, mainly in coastal areas of Asia, America, and some areas in Europe. With high value, grouper is often exported to international markets, especially places that love fresh seafood, such as Japan or the United States. In the aquaculture industry, grouper contributes significantly to providing food for millions of people around the world. Every year, millions of tons of grouper are caught and consumed, mainly in coastal areas of Asia, America, and some areas in Europe. With high value, grouper is often exported to international markets, especially places that love fresh seafood, such as Japan or the United States.
To catch giant groupers, fishermen do not rely solely on luck, but must apply a meticulous and effective fishing method. Grouper fishing is not like regular fishing, but requires specialized techniques and a deep understanding of the habitat of this fish species. It is the combination of modern technology and the long-term experience of fishermen that has created an impressive and equally elaborate fishing method. One of the most popular methods used by fishermen is grouper fishing with heavy lines. This line can pull large fish from the seabed to the surface safely without injuring them. Fishermen often choose areas of the seabed with depths ranging from 50 to 200 meters where groupers live in abundance. To reach the giant fish, fishermen use live bait, which can be small fish or squid, to attract groupers from a distance. Another interesting method is the use of large fishing nets, which are dropped into the sea at certain times of the day when the groupers gather to feed. These nets are specially designed with meshes small enough to prevent the groupers from escaping, but large enough to ensure that the groupers do not get trapped. Typically, the fishermen work in teams, with each person taking on a different part of the job, from dropping the net to pulling the fish up. You must be wondering, is this method as effective as we think? The answer is yes, and even beyond expectations. Large groupers, which can weigh up to 100 kilograms, are pulled from the sea in just a few hours. But to do this, fishermen need to be carefully prepared from choosing the equipment to finding the right time to catch. Everything must be calculated precisely, because a small mistake can lead to the loss of precious fish. However, fishermen do not always achieve the desired success. Every trip to sea is risky and requires patience, high skills, and luck. Therefore, fishermen who are successful in catching large grouper are often considered experts in this profession. So, with all the modern techniques and experience, can fishermen consistently catch grouper? Let's move on to the next section to explore the challenges they face when they set out to sea.
Despite modern fishing methods and careful preparation, catching grouper is not always a smooth process. Fishermen, no matter how experienced, still face numerous challenges and unexpected factors that can arise at any time. Every trip to sea is an adventure full of risks and unpredictable outcomes. One of the first surprises that fishermen face is the weather. The sea can change very quickly with sudden storms, strong winds, and high waves. These harsh conditions not only make fishing difficult, but also put the fishermen's lives at risk. What seems like a simple trip can end in an emergency if the weather's unfavorable. Many times fishermen have had to return empty-handed because they could not go out to sea due to the high waves or strong winds. In addition to weather factors, another challenge that fishermen face is the protection of fishery resources. Grouper is a very valuable fish, so overfishing can seriously affect this resource. Therefore, fishermen must strictly comply with regulations limiting the number of groupers that can be caught each season. However, the scarcity of grouper in some areas makes compliance with these regulations difficult. Many fishermen have faced overfishing, leading to serious declines in this species in some seas. Aside from external factors, a major challenge that cannot be ignored is competition in the fishing industry. With the increasing number of fishermen and boats, finding areas where groupers gather is not easy. Long, arduous, and expensive trips sometimes do not bring the expected results. Moreover, modern boats equipped with advanced technology do not always bring success. Sometimes it is the natural factors or the sophisticated understanding of fishermen that are the deciding factors. However, despite facing many difficulties and challenges, fishermen are always optimistic and patient. They understand that grouper fishing is not just a job, but also a passion, an indispensable part of their lives. It is thanks to these difficulties that they can grow and achieve great success. So, with all these challenges, can fishermen sustain grouper stocks in the long term? And what measures can be taken to protect this precious resource? We will find out in the next section, where we will explore the environmental and economic impacts of grouper fishing.
When it comes to the grouper fishing industry,